But I know Ben will get a kick out of this one. A Xenoblade 2 Blades tier list. Danganronpa 2 characters all F. No lies detected. No lies detected. Well, no. There are no. I won't have bad things said about Chiaki. But yes, everybody else can basically everybody else can get in the bin. Um, maybe Akane. Chiaki and Akane, maybe, and that would be. I don't know. There is a few likables, but there are more good characters than bad there. We can take a look at that later. Um. Oh, this is laid out quite nicely. Oh, look at this. So Scottish. You mean the one that was literally a bird? Okay, so I am gonna have to. In Danganronpa 2. Um, Mahira, was that her name? Fucking this. Yeah, her. Oh God, these profile pictures are tiny. I'm gonna have to zoom right the fuck in when we do this. But yeah, I think Mahira or something was her name. All right, so here's something fun. I do not remember all of these blades. I do not remember all of their names. I remember a lot of them for how much fun or how much pain they caused me throughout the game, either in trying to summon them or just for how laborious and monotonous their quest lines were. Looking at you, Ice Bear. So I'm gonna pull up a list of their names so I can remember what they were called, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say you don't remember their name must be an F. Mahiru. There you are, Mahiru. Marionette with the big gun, A tier. Weird military girl with the huge fists, A tier. Yeah. The marionette, was that Azami? So, uh, okay. I'm trying to like finding the list is the easy part. Getting a list with images has been the other one. Is the harder one. I thought I had one on the IGN list, but doesn't seem to have them all. Oh, wait, no, maybe I just need to Newt was the military girl with the big fists, and agreed, Newt is fucking amazing. Um okay, yeah, no, okay. This'll work. The IGN list will work. My phone is just shrinking things down because, well, it's a phone screen. So, okay. So, how am I going to determine this? Purely on aesthetic? How they, affected the game? How long it took me to summon them? Um, well, look, let's just get the preamble out of the way. Numa S tier. Like between Pirate and Mithra, Numa is my favorite. The green Pirate is my favorite. Um, so S tier. So Frosty, what are you up to? Only based on designs, that might just be faster. Alright. In the dimly lit corners of Ami Borshok's chat, whispers of a mysterious ranking ritual unfold. Miss Meg Winter dances with burb emojis, their lips sealed on spoilers like a secret keeper with Mary Poppins pockets. Meanwhile, Monstar slams the Gavilan Zero Time Dilemma Sigma's arrogance, debating Danganronpa 2 characters' fates, Scottish chickens, and military marionettes caught in their crosshairs. The case of the disappearing foldy desk remains unsolved. For now. Oh, Meg. Well, if you're gonna be gone, you're gonna be gone. I didn't expect you to be here at all, to be honest. So, thank you for joining. Um. Okay. Well, let's see then. Um. So Adenine, the bookworm one. She's fun. I didn't really use Adenine a whole lot. There's like a quest line where she's just like, leave me in this lab or this library, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So, but aesthetically, I think she's got a good um look to her. I think it's a really interesting design. I'm not going to search her to for everyone to get a better idea of what she looks like because well, it's Xenoblade 2 and the internet is for porn. So, yeah, I'm not losing my channel for this. Sorry, not sorry. Um, uh, God, it's the most boring one. Um, one of no, he's not Morag's blade. He's the brother. Oh fuck, what was the brother? Liam? Owen? Something like that. Um yeah, Gion is like one of the more boring blades. Like I think he's just a D. Um Agate, like her whole thing was like, I like digging up rocks. And that, like, I paired her with Zeke, and I thought they were a good combo. But I think her design is also just kind of meh. So C rank. Oh, Akos. Oh God, what a cunt. Like he's a new game plus blade. The Torna blades you get to control in New Game Plus, and they are what they are. Like Akos doesn't really have much of a personality beyond I'm smart and evil. Ooh, so D. Poppy is a cinnamon roll who must always be protected. So A. Yeah. Azami, the marionette. Really creepy. Actually, like really creepy design wise. They did a really good job of just making her look controlling and possessive, and like it's been a number of years since I've done her quest line, but I remember enjoying it enough. A for Azami. Um there's another one I'm just gonna get out of the way early. Newt is also S rank. Fight me. Uh then we have Boreas, like the rabbit, the big fat rabbit one. Uh his quest line was I'm hungry, if I recall. He was a tank though, like quite literally. Like I didn't use him all that much, but I think it's like a C rank. I think that's fair. Um then Bridget. I love Bridget. I do. And like she's obviously one of the blades that you get to spend like 95% of the story with. I love her and Morag's relationship. Like the quest line where they offer to cook food for the group, and they both freak out at the fish that you capture for cooking up, and they both freak out, and they basically blow up the kitchen to do anything but have to cut into it and serve it up. Like that is one of my most memorable parts of Xenoblade 2. Um so like she's definitely like top of the A rank. Poppy Buster. He's a big robot, isn't he? He's just a big robot. Like I don't think his design is necessarily more or less appealing than Boreas. So we'll just drop him here on C rank. Lucemon here, or no, Corvin. The the light. He's one of the few light blades in the game, and he was DLC if I recall, and really freaking powerful. Like I got quite an amount of use out of him. I actually think I paired him with Morag. If I could be misremembering that, but I think I made him one of Morag's blades. But I think he's got a really cool design. His attitude is very he's a cocky little kid. Um I think he's an A. Um who is that one? Uh I'm just going through my list here. Um, I, I can't tell. Is that one of the Torna? Oh, that's one of the Torna blades. It's like one of the Torna blades, right? So yeah, I don't care. Um, then we get to um, fuck, what was her name? My list here with all the images seems to be incomplete. I remember her being like unlucky, right? That was her whole gimmick. Uh Poppy Buster. My old awful job place got hacked. Nice. Guess I gotta get Dahlia picks elsewhere. um Poppy Buster was just the creator pitching a fit because he wanted all the blades to be 50 feet tall. That's good. God, what was her? Okay, I need a better list than the one IGN has. I thought it would do, but there's just loads of blades missing here. Um, so I don't think it's a case that no, her name's not. He wanted them all to be Ultraman size. It's why we got giant Ouroboros. I could see it. This game would have a very different fan base though if all the blades were Attack of the 50-foot woman. There would be a very different fan base involved. Um, Cassandra is no, it's not Cassandra. Sorry. Why does nobody have this stupid blade on their list? Oh, that one I just threw in D rank. Its name was Cressidus. Yeah, I wasn't remembering that. Yeah, she's not on this list. Uh oh, Crossette is her name. Right. She's not the unlucky one. That is Cassandra. Crossette's like she was a DLC blade. Um she didn't have any heart to hearts. Um I remember she idolized Pyra, didn't really get along with Mithra, and her whole thing was explosions, right? Explosions and fireworks. It was basically Jubilee for Xenoblade. Um, giant planet-sized kaiju. No more fine. Country-sized kaiju. No more kaiju. Fine. Ultraman ripoffs. Yeah, I'm there for it. For someone who, yeah, I'm gonna put her in C rank because I don't like now that I remember who she is. I don't remember hating her or disliking her. But if it took me that long just to find her name and remember who the hell she was, she clearly wasn't like doesn't deserve to be up here. So C rank. Dogus, though, A, like, king of a forgotten land, holier than thou, probably literally. Also, vampire king. Like, Dogus was awesome. I really do like Dogus. Dahlia, then, the pretty lady. Um, I'll put you up here. Um, just for all the non-traversy you caused. Um, Dromark, I think, is a B. Dromark is very like he's a high B, like probably because he's a character you spend most of the game with, but like his personality is really just yes, I will protect Nia. Yes, my lady. And there's not really a whole lot to him other than that. There's no real depth or layers to his character. It's just I protect Nia. That is who I am. Uh and we have Electra, not Carmen. She was the electric lolly with the giant hammer, right? She like based on probably some sort of Shinto thunder god or something. Um I didn't really care for her all that much. So C rank. Elma, S rank. Fiora, ooh, ooh. I don't like Elma was like her the level where you have to unlock her is crazy, and then the level where you need to go back into, which is like an upgraded version of that level where you unlock her, for her arts or her plot stuff. God, oh, it's so satisfying to beat. So, Elma S rank. Higher than Newt though? Ooh. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Talia Titsmiggy. Hallmark does have a great grumpy old man friendship with Gramps. Yeah, but he doesn't really get any development. Like that game is like a bajillion hours long. They could have given Dromark something. Fiora. Nice novelty. I mean, Elma's also a novelty because crossover shenanigans. Um, and she actually has a role in Xenoblade 2, unlike Xenoblade 3, where she may or may not be weapon metal. Uh, uh, do I get my Xenoblade fandom like card revoked if I say if I say I think Fiora is overrated. Like, does like will that trigger the fan base and give them a heart attack? Control Mark didn't require development as he's the only mentally stable character in Xeno 2. like like remember the sad bikini scene? All right, so for context on that, when I was playing Xenoblade 1, like I knew ahead of time that look, look, we're gonna spoil things, right? We're gonna talk about all three games probably as we go through this. And I think everybody currently in chat has played through all the games. So I knew going in Fiora dies, right? I knew going in because the game had already been out for fucking 10 years and had been remastered once already for the 3DS, and I own the Wii version, I just never played it, right? So after playing Xenoblade 2, that was where I really came in on the franchise. Take that as you will. So I knew Fiora dies. I didn't realize how early in the game she dies, though. So when I realized you could have the characters run around in swimsuits, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Let's put them in swimsuits. It'll be fun. And then she died. And the video game ever so nicely decided then every time we would flash back to Fiora having that talk with Shulk on the bench, them eating their sandwiches overlooking Colony 9, every time we had that cutscene, Fiora was in a bikini. And that blew my mind because I wasn't expecting that. I expected flashbacks would just be hard-coded video files of the cutscenes. I didn't expect them to be lore accurate to your fucking playthrough. So every time that scene came up, Fiora was in a bikini, and it was funny, and then it was funny, and it was funny, and then it was just, oh god, we're monsters. Shulk is having this really bad time remembering his dead friend slash girlfriend slash whatever. And we're just, hey, but tits. Oh. So that's just kind of a running thing now. Every time Meg or I remember it, I'm just I'm just in stitches because I didn't intend for it to happen that way. It just kind of did. I really miss Fiora. She never wore clothes, did she? Yeah, it was yeah. It was yeah. Sorry. Oh. But yeah, I mean, right, so outside of outside of like an in community meme about Fiora, I don't really care for her as a character because she's not in the game long enough to care about, and and then you get all the 7 stuff. And here, look, if Smash Brothers can just outright spoil that shit, the gloves are off with me. I don't care. Um, and then just during all the 7 stuff, I'm like, mate, she was in the game for like 5 minutes. Why do I care? You have a perfectly good Melia right there. Go chat up Melia. Go riz up Melia. So, um, so so getting to have Fiora as a blade in Xeno 2 is really damn cool. But I think she's like here cuz I was like, "Oh, that's neat." Next. Anyway, um shit. Okay. So this is Finch, right? Finch was a bird. I thought Finch was pretty cool. Um I don't really remember a whole lot about his quest line. So but I still think he has a better design. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in B because I remember Finch a lot more than I remembered Crossette. So, and I think Crossette has a better design than Finch, but I remembered who the fuck Finch was. So that goes a long way. Um, Florin, I uh, Florin's an interesting one. Now that'll get you kicked out of the fandom. Yeah, Ben is currently shredding my membership card as we speak. um so Florin is an interesting one because Florin is kind of tropey. Florin is a trap in the derogatory, I guess, sense of the word. Florin is a boy, but knows that he's very effeminate looking and uses that and charm, quote unquote, to manipulate people into doing things for him. And that never sat right with me. It's a trope and it's a stereotype, and I'm not saying cancel the game or the creators or anything, right? I feel like I'm above that. But I can look at a thing in context and be like, that's not for me. If people like it, good for them, but that's not for me. So yeah. I don't think I ever finished Florin's quest line because I just didn't vibe with the character. So down to D rank you go. Godfrey, good lord, I love Godfrey. Godfrey is a blade I make sure I use like every playthrough. I'm gonna put Godfrey like here in A rank. Um, I love the look. I'm a sucker for the I'm a sucker for the hero archetype. Um, he's very much like he's very much like a comic book superhero. Um, I'm there for that. So and I thought his quest line was fun. I yeah, Godfrey's my boy. He's my guy. So yeah, A rank. I don't think he's a better character than Bridget, and Dahlia's up here just for trolling. I mean, Dahlia is A. I do like her quest line with the little girl and the flowers and all of that. I do think she deserves to be up here. But positioning is really just for trolling. Like honestly, I'd probably put her here. And Bridget gets biased because, again, you spend like 95 to 99% of the game with Bridget. So, there is a bias there, I totally admit. Um, uh, George, or Georg, wasn't that his name? He opens up a bakery, doesn't he? Um, I mean, he didn't need Captain Planet to help him open up a bakery, so that's always a plus. Um, but seeing like him go through this quest line and get interested in being a patissier and wanting to open up this like sweet shop and all of that stuff and doing those quests, I think is very fun, and it's a nice juxtaposition against his very like swimmer, like his athletic swimmer look. It all seems to it plays against type, and I really did like that. I really did like that about. I just think it's a very wholesome quest line. So I like George. So high B. I don't think I like him better than Dogus or Corvin, but yeah, high B. Harold. God, Harold, you were just a brute force tank. S rank. Cassandra, the unlucky haunted one. The mask on her head was clearly its own character and persona. Persona! I think she's a B rank character, though. Maybe better. Maybe. Better than Finch. You know what? Do I like her more than that? I do. I like her more than the Adenine. So I think Cassandra can sit there. Cora! Genki girl, electric cheerleader. Her quest line is about girls having a sleepover. And then having to do a humiliating dance because everybody lost a bet. Right? That was her quest line. It's dumb. I don't like her as a character. Yeah, no. Still better than Florin, and better than these people I don't. Than these. Yeah, like there. When Aegeon is better than you've kind of fucked up, right? Cosmos. So, because of how haphazardly, I think that word is being polite, because the other word I'm looking for is just non, right? Because of how haphazardly the Xenosaga series was released here in Europe, by which I mean we never got Xenosaga 1, we got Xenosaga 2 with a DVD with all of the Xenosaga 1 cutscenes on it, and then we never got Xenosaga 3. Oh, I was saying earlier, before I add Cosmos to the tier list, um, because of how haphazardly Xenosaga was released here in Europe, we never got the first game. When we got the second game, it came with a DVD full of all of the cutscenes from the first game, and then we never got the third game. So I don't have the attachment to Cosmos a lot of the Xeno fandom does, because why was I going to play the second game out of a trilogy we didn't have the other parts to? Oh, you gotta go? Alright. Well, look, sleep well, dude. And, yeah, I hope tomorrow treats you well. And thank you for stopping in. Thank you for bringing your community over. I may not send nudes, but I will. I will send hearts. Um, So yeah, so I don't really have the attachment to Cosmos that a lot of the like Western North American Xeno fandom has, and I don't like emulating when I can avoid it. I would like to play on natural hardware. It's why when we're playing dot hack, I'm playing it through a Generation 1 PS3 because it has that PS2 emulator, or it has the laser to read the PS2 discs. Um Gotta love when Sony actually cared about backwards compatibility. But my joy with not my joy. One of my favorite moments with Cosmos though is her being the first rare blade I unlocked in my playthrough. And our and friend of the channel Blunter was watching at the time, and I think this was kind of the stream Blunter came into the community on. And I think Blunter was just so annoyed because Cosmos has a pull rate of like 0.01% or some stupid number. And the RNG gods just went, "Ah, yeah, have her your first try." And that was really fun. So I always have a soft spot for Cosmos because of that. But much like Herald, she is also just a tank. It was an absolute miracle. It was. Um, I'll have to go back into the archives and dig up the clip. But yeah, it was like first try, there's Cosmos, and Blunter was just like, how did you do that? How? Those odds are statistically impossible. Like miracle, as Meg said. Um so I kind of have to put Cosmos in S rank just for the memories, right? I don't have an attachment or a nostalgia for the character, but just in terms of how as a blade she came into my playthrough of the game on stream, I can't not pay homage or respect to that. So she'll go at the bottom of the S tier rank. Like she's a low S, high A. If I was to put her on A rank, she would go above Dahlia. Um, so I'm gonna keep her at the bottom of the S rank for now, and we might see about shifting around later. Some of these choices. Mikhail. Ooh, you don't get to use Mikhail as a blade until New Game Plus. So, like, if you never play New Game Plus, you just never come across him. I think he's the best of the Torna characters outside of Malos. Um, I think I would put him maybe low B, just because of like his contribution to the story, and then the stuff with Torna the Golden Country that kind of like gives you perspective and a backstory for him. He's not he's definitely like he's the best of the Torna characters outside of maybe Jin, but you don't get to control Jin at any stage, so he doesn't really count. Um but yeah, I think I'll have him at the end of the Bs, just because he deserves to be higher up than his other Tornan compatriots. Which at this case I will just move because I don't care for Petroka. Again, she's a New Game Plus only blade. Um Similar then to this one, to and then I think this is Mikhail's blade. I think this is Obrona, Akos's blade. So yeah, like that. they can all just sit in D rank because they're all pretty insufferable. Like again, Mikal is the best one of the Torna group. The rest are just kind of there. Um, Yay. Um, Mithra. It's an A in it. Nia in blade form, so spoilers, I guess. Spoilers for a 7-year-old game. Am I right on that? 7, 8, either way. Thinking back on it makes me feel old. Nia. Oh, yeah, I prefer Nia over Mithra. So, uh, and again, this like, and I'm not above admitting there is story bias there because you spend 90 to 95% of the game with these characters. It's hard not to let that cloud your judgment when on a listing like this. Um, Nim, I don't really care for Nim. She can go into like the C rank. I don't really care for Nim. Um, Pandoria. God, Pandoria. I love Pandoria. Um, Aesthetically though, I think Pandoria looks better with her glasses fogged over. Um, Simply because she looks more dorky, right? You know the character of uh Carly from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds? Like that, right? The fogged over glasses make her look really dorky. And in those opening cutscenes when like you're being introduced to her and Zeke and they're chasing you down to take the Aegis away from you. Um I really I love that version of the character more. But obviously, you know, when you get through her story beats and you learn like how she and Zeke met and you know how Amalthus split her core crystal so Zeke could live and then her glasses on fog and you know I Pandoria is such a fun character. Like Zeke and Pandoria are just Team Rocket for that game, and I'm absolutely here for it. Um, I love her a lot. So I think, and like yeah, like she's like here. Yeah, I think that's more than fair. Percival, I really liked. His quest line is really intriguing. Going through like all like I think his quest line is like an assassination plot, and you have to work out like who the assassin is, and then you take revenge, right? So I really do like Percival. I think he's like here. You know, not quite middle of the A list, just a little beyond it in the bottom half, but I think he's in good company because a lot of the A list is being taken up by plot reliant characters and very heavy plot reliant characters. Um, I don't know who you are. I can't remember if you're an actual Blade or oh, you're probably another Tornin Blade. You're probably Mikhail's or Patroka's. So yeah, you can just sit there. Uh, hey, Um, Perun. Perun. Yeah, like here. Perun is definitely A rank. I like she's got a kick-ass design. Um I love her quest line of like freeing children from slavery or whatever it was. Um she's got such a good like the Perun character you know, I I know her design is a bit out there for a lot of people, but I think it all works. I think the package that Perun comes in like from top to bottoms, even her skills I think are pretty damn good. I'm trying to think. I think I equipped Perun to Nia. I think I think I equipped Perun to driver Nia. And I thought that was a I think that was a combo that worked out pretty well. So yeah, Perun is just below Brigid on the list here. Praxis, and I suppose we have to bring Theory up the list because you can't rank one without the other. The two are tied together. Like the two, they're tied together. Like their destinies are intertwined. They're only short of being born from the same core crystal. Um, I like Praxis's design, or I would, except her titties do just look like water balloons. Like they like and I don't mean that in the scoffing kind of big boobed anime women, those aren't realistic proportions kind of way, cuz you guys know I don't care about that shit. But she actually does look like she was assembled from like plastic army toys that were just cobbled together to make her chest area. Um, and it's kind of unsettling to look at. And then Theory is just a lolly, so like we don't we no we don't support lollies. Um, in that manner, so we're taking the aesthetic out of that. Um, but as a character, Theory is so reliant on Praxis and them learning to be sisters and hurt the quest line where Praxis basically dies and then gets reborn and kind of has to learn everything all over again, or Theory even. Um, I think it's a really wholesome quest line, but the designs for the two are just so jarring. Um, that the aesthetic is almost uncomfortable. I paired them with Zeke because eye patches, and I think the game even jokes about that at some point where like it basically calls them like the eye patch grenade or grenade brigade or something stupid to that effect. Um yeah, like they're they are an interesting idea. I just don't really know if the idea that works in paper works in practice or in praxis. A um okay, that was bad. I'm sorry. That was yeah, okay, that was kind of awful. Um that said though, I think I would put them like here. Pyra. Top of the A's. Top of the A's. That's really all there is to it. Bruh. Was my joke that bad, Meg? Was it? Was my pun that bad? There is another reason why those characters were ruined for me as well. But I'm not going to talk about it on stream, because it's drama, and I don't like bringing bad energy in here. You know, we leave bad energy outside, and we just focus on the good and the happy. But was it No, actually, it wasn't Gelbaru, and Gelbaru has ruined a lot for me. But strangely, no, it wasn't. Gelbaru was not the cause of drama this time. Anyway, before I say something I'll regret, okay, these should be pretty straightforward, right? Uh-oh. What is chiming? Hey, congrats on grabbing second, Meg. Okay. The poppies. Like, we've already ranked Poppy Base, or Poppy Alpha. A for Alpha. Poppy QT, honestly, I think I'll put her down below Pandoria. That doesn't feel... Oh, there it is. I was waiting for someone to redeem that. Poppy QT, I'm not entirely sure. She gets a badass introduction, right? Something Gurren Lagann worthy. And then anything involving Poppy in the plot is Poppy Alpha. Like, Poppy QT Pie is a side quest that you can miss. Like, you can go the whole game without getting Poppy QT Pie. The game doesn't encourage you or even bring it up, unless you go looking for the quest line. So, like, for that alone, QT Pie is, like, B rank. Aesthetically, like, she's Tora's idea of having a blade that matches Pyra. Right? But... like, if I knock Dromark down here for a lack of personality, QT Pie gets knocked down here severely. And I actually think, like, QT Pie places there. But I don't know about QT's placement, because outside of, like, a really badass introduction, you know, to battle Rosa, she doesn't really contribute. So what I might do is drop QT down here and bring Alpha up here. I think that might be the most fair way of organizing the Poppy forms. Poppy is ruined forever for me. Well, yeah. The internet is going to internet. Anyway, Frosty, what have you got to say? Let's change tact for a second before we get into these final listings. Now, a verse from our collective tale. In Ami Borshok's chat, love is in the air.
McCradden bids good night with a flare. Meg Winter sends hearts, their care is clear, while spoilers and laughs bring them near. Emotes flood in, a stream of delight, with tier lists and tales that last through the night. Ads take a moment, but we'll soon be back, for Army's just chatting, and that's a fact. Okay, I may have added in the laughter. I don't think Frosty can laugh, but for anyone who has been stuck in ad hell, we love and appreciate you. Thank you for sticking with the ads. They do support the channel. You can get ad-free viewing by becoming a channel member. Wait, nope, member is YouTube's thing. By subscribing. And you'll get a wealth of emotes, you'll get ad-free viewing, and you will get my love because you will be better than everyone. What? Who said that? Moving on. Okay. So we're into the last 9 placements now. Rock. Starts off as Vandam's blade. Then Vandam, the Leomon of the Xenoblade series, dies. And we inherit Rock, who really only gets like one major cutscene, and that's to clear a miasma force field thing so that we can enter a cave. But he does get a quest line later on where he wants to honor his former master, even though like core crystals go through a Digimon thing where like when they die and get reborn, they don't remember their past lives. He still wants to do a whole thing where he honors Vandam's memory. So it's kind of an interesting twist on the driver blade stuff. I think aesthetically he's very different because he's a big bird. Like he is big chicken. With some questionably placed sand sacks on his person. Like he's got like these sand sacks, for lack of a better term, tied together and they hang off his neck, but the sacks look like giant tits. It's an interesting design because it's not just waifu or husbando, like 90% of the other blades. Like if you look at the more creature-based blades compared to the humanoid ones, there is a distinct bias in one direction over the other. But I think Rock is like a solid like high B blade. I think I would put him above George or Jorg. I always mix up his name with the fish boss from Wind Waker. No, not Wind Waker. Fuck. Majora's Mask. I mean, Christ, it is... How are we doing for time? It is 2:15 in the morning. This has gone much longer than I thought it would. So... Sheba's hilarious. I really love Sheba's questline. She's a rich ass debutante who has money everywhere and canonically is a raging lesbian. Like her whole questline is about just having the girls over for a sleepover, quote unquote. Like raging lesbian. Her entourage, as the translated version put it. Sheba's just fun. Like longtime channel viewers will know I really love like the Ojo-sama characters and the oh and all of that. Like it was part of my gimmick for a time as well. Um, and my gimmick as Ami has like changed and evolved and gone in different directions over the last like even the last year and a half. But I really do love the Ojo Sama architect or archetype. And Sheba's just amazing because she also just lives in a bathtub, and I think that's just hilarious. Um, so I think Sheba is all. I think Sheba is also like a B. And I will put her above Dromark because Sheba at least has a personality. I'm starting to knock Dromark down a bit the more I think about that. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. um. So yeah, no, Sheba's great. Um. All hail the Queen of Sheba, I guess. You thought my jokes were bad before. Okay. Shulk. Um, it's Shulk, in it. Am I really feeling it? Yeah, it was like before Future Connected brought all of these characters together from across 3 games. Um, there was Shulk and Fiora crossing into Allrest and being able to be used as blades by Rex and Co. and go on adventures and visit Allrest. And little did we know, or maybe um, maybe we were hopeful in our little 2017-2018 hearts that this would lead to something bigger. And it did. Future Connected with Xenoblade 3, which just throws everything at the wall. You've got Rex, you've got Shulk, you've possibly got New Los Angeles? Question mark. You've got that radio. There's, you know, and I definitely do like Shulk more than I like Fiora. Um, so I think but he like liking Shulk requires you to have knowledge of liking Shulk in Xenoblade 2 requires you to have knowledge of him and his personality from Xenoblade 1. I don't really know if Xenoblade 2's DLC gives you enough of Shulk to really get a sense of who the character is. That said, I do love being able to have Rex, Shulk, Cosmos, and Elma all have a cutscene together and talk about how weird it is that they're all able to meet like this. And and the cutscene also be some sort of like pseudo message from the developers to the fans to be like, hey, thanks for sticking with us all these years, and here's like how the fruits of our labor work out. Now, if only we could get the rights to Fei Long from Square, and we could add Xenogears to this and make it even more epic. I guess that's why we have Matthew now, right? Because he's our Fei Long, maybe. But so just but based on that, why the fuck am I rating gacha characters? Hey, Cersei. Um, because the chat, the reason I'm doing tier lists tonight is a couple of weeks ago, I had a birthday stream and I had a donathon, and tier lists were some of the goals. Those goals were hit. I don't have any video games to play this week, and I'm on call for work next week. So we're just doing silly stuff from the donation goals to to hammer them out and give the people what they donated for. So it's going to be tier lists today. We're actually nearly done with these next couple of rankings, and on Thursday I'm going to be reading fan fiction written by friendo of the channel Reiko. So yeah, I'm giving the people what they paid for. So, but I hope you're having an awesome Tuesday. Um, all right. So Telos. Telos is an interesting one because you can't unlock Telos until you beat the game. She's not strictly a new game plus Blade like the Torna characters. You can just go back into your original save file and run a gacha, and she'll pop up as long as your save file has a clear flag on it. What I do like is that if you have her unlocked, one of Cosmos's quest lines, or no, one of her quest line, and you have Cosmos unlocked, one of her quest line cutscenes actually change so that Cosmos and Telos interact. And that is super fun. Even for me, as someone who's never played Xenosaga, because of the bastardized release of the games that we talked about earlier, even as someone who's never played them because of that bastardized release, can appreciate just how fun that is to be, for even for them to have accounted for that. Because that if you have Cosmos unlocked and in your party, I don't know if she has to be in your party, but she was for me at the time because I just gave her to Zeke. My Zeke ran Pandoria, Cosmos, and Herald, and it was amazing. But if you have Telos and Cosmos, like having one has an effect on the other's cutscene, and I think that's just really cool that they even thought to do that, because Telos doesn't. I don't think I don't know Telos, to my knowledge, doesn't interact during the other crossover cutscenes, like with Elma and Shulk and everything and that. So having her interact with Cosmos in some degree is just pretty damn sweet. Um, and I love her personality in the game. I love her arts and her fighting style. But that said, she is DLC, so I yeah, no, I think bottom of the A rank is fun. I think what the I actually, you know what, I would maybe B, maybe B rank. Yeah, you know what? No, I think that's better. B for better. Uh huh. Wait, what about my accent? Oh, that just didn't come up during the Twitch chat at all. Whoops. Let's see. It's cute how your accent hides. My accent hides? Oh no. Is it missing? Hmm. Okay. Um, Ursula, get in the fucking bin. Look, don't get me wrong. Ursula's a cinnamon roll and must be protected. But she's got the most annoying, monotonous quest line in the whole damn game. And God, it really there's a lot of any sort of goodwill is just sapped away by that quest line. You know the one where she's trying to become a musician and play on stage, and you have to gather her a fan base, and it's a big old fetch quest. Like that quest line can just get in the bin. And you know, you know what? You can stay above the Torna characters, but you are bottom of the barrel there, Ursula. Florin's only behind you because Florin is a stereotype. Vale. Edgelord. That's her gimmick. Edgelord Rocker Lady, if I recall. I think I like her better than Agate, so if I put her on C, she's definitely going up to the top of the C list. I think I like Mikhail more than Vale. But I also think I like Vale more than Finch. So So maybe that means Finch comes down here. Maybe that, yeah. You know what? Maybe that's better. Maybe that's better. Hmm. Um. And, alright, so last three. Oh, the Christ, what is her name again? I remember her quest line where she's all but married to her driver. Like she raised his kids and she makes like fucking dough balls or something for him every day. And then her quest line is teaching her how to make the fucking dough balls again. Vess. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Vess. I think she's just again. I think she's very boring. I think she's very one note. I don't recall finding really anything about her interesting. I don't think. Yeah, like I like her more than Nim, but I don't think I like her more than Electra. So I think maybe we'll put her down at like at the bottom of C rank. But I also think like top of the D rank blades is like valid. Like what these like these two at the bottom of C, you know, have slightly better personalities than Aegeon, and that's really the only thing saving them from dropping down to D rank, I feel. Um Wulfric then. I love Wulfric. I do, like, Wulfric is just, I am monster, I smash. You know, um, I think his field skills were also some of the most useful on my playthrough. I feel like I may be misremembering, but I feel like I was kind of always swapping out because Wulfric had some sort of elemental skill that I needed like 7 of, and he had that. Um, he's also like the first blade you get, right? Like the first core crystal you summon. Like he's story mandated, similar to Rock, right? He's story mandated. Um, but I think they do a lot with them, and I like his quest line of trying to show that he's not just big scary monster. He wants to help the community. He wants people to feel safe around him. Because he doesn't like the way people look at him and they cower in fear. You know, like monster with a heart of gold kind of thing. And I really do love that for him. It certainly gives him more personality than Dromark. Sorry, I know I'm ragging on Dromark a lot tonight, but like Dromark didn't even get like storyline bias to put him into like the A tier. So, you know, sorry, Dromark fans. You are valid, I promise, but the character is just not for me. Um, I like Wulfric more than Corvin or Azalea? No, God, I've forgotten her name already. More than Poppy Cutie. I don't person. Oh, do I like? I no, I do. I like Wulfric more than Percival. More than Godfrey, though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, you know what? I think I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay with that. Um, and then our last one, Zenobia. Sorry, purely aesthetic. In a lot of cases, Zenobia is fucking amazing. Um, she's strong like Newt. You know, she's a goddamn powerhouse. Um, she's got that kind of superhero thing to her that I like about Godfrey. But like everything she does, she just cranks up to 11, and her whole thing is I'm going to be better than the Aegis. Like she's just going to willpower herself to be stronger than to be stronger than the Aegis. And I kind of like there's not a moment in any of Zenobia's cutscenes that I was ever bored. Right. Like I think her quest line had, like you were going around breaking the seals on something so that she could fight this big boss. Um and I was never bored by it. I never felt like it was dragging on. Um my S tiers might say a lot for my own preferences though. Like Numa, Zenobia, Newt, Elma, Harold. And Cosmos is there for the meme because she was the first like gotcha blade I pulled, right? So Cosmos is really just there for the meme. But Numa, Zenobia, Newt, Elma, and Harold, that might say something about my preferences. So maybe there's a little bit of bias there. Maybe just a little. Uh, but with that, this tier list is donezo. I just want to scan it a little bit and see if there's anything I want to change around. Uh, no, no. The S ranks I'm happy with. The A ranks I'm happy with. Maybe you know what? Maybe I'll put Pandoria above Mithra. But the B ranks, I think I've made my case for each of these. Um, that said, Telos, I think I can bring down to like there. I think that maybe that's a bit more fair. Like again, I like Rock's quest line of him trying to honor Vandam. I like George's or Georg's quest line of like opening up a bakery. Queen of Sheba is just raging Ojo-sama lesbian, and it's hilarious. And then the drop, and then the other, like, these characters, while they're good and I like them, they do suffer from a personality issue in that, like, Cassandra is I am clumsy girl who is cursed. Adenine is a bookworm. And then you know, I think I'm gonna pull Mikal up here because Mikal, while he's a Torna blade that you only get in New Game Plus, during the main story he's just he's oozing charisma. Um, and then you kind of have like a personality drop off. Um, so yeah, no, I think that's where I would be happy to leave those. Yeah. No. I've kind of done I've done my tinkering. So that's it. No more. No more. Little Doctor little Doctor Humor. Okay, my puns are my puns are getting worse tonight, so I think that's where we'll call it. Nice, quick, you know, a nice, quick and dirty 2.5 hour stream. It was fun. Um, you know, the zero. I wasn't expecting to come across the Zero Escape tier list. Um, so that was fun revisiting and reminiscing about Zero Escape. I'm always down for that. And the Xenoblades, well, you know, again, it's just me rambling about how much I love and despise these characters, and I think their placements would should really speak for themselves. Um, Looking at the S ranks though, I may have a type. Yeah, says the android dragon. Yeah. Gee, I wonder. I wonder. I'm basically Harold. Basically. Anyway.